Today, on today's show, we're going to get into the spicy sermon. And we're going to get into, I might have touched on before, but we're gonna get into a little bit today because I feel like it needs delving into again. One of the best quotes. You can follow in life, but you can follow in the Chili community. And one that I first heard from Farmer Jay, Jared Smith. He's amazing. If you don't know who he is, he's one of those people that makes his community amazing. Known him since the early SOF days, when I first got into the community, as far as mainstream, stuff that they had going on. One of us wins, we all win. And one thing that's been great about this year is there's been a spotlight on the Chili community because of the Hulu series, Super Hot. Some people have liked it, some people haven't. Some people have created certain thoughts about what should have been done or who should have been featured, yada yada yada. I think it's important to remember that one of us wins, we all win. The more spotlight that's put on this community, the more spotlight is put on all of us here in this community. If you really think about it, as far as big burners, there's probably about 1,000 of us around the world. So there's really not a lot of us. Being in this community long enough, you know who the big players are, especially like in Syndicate and people that do the points, or in League of Fire or contests in Nuke. If you don't know Nuke, they're amazing. They're an overseas pepper group, but there's probably about maybe 300 or 400 of us out of that 1,000 that do stuff like that, so that circle gets even smaller. It's important to, as human beings, we tend to be narcissistic, and we tend to want to focus on ourselves, instead of just rejoicing in the fact that somebody that is having success, or the spotlight on them. Sometimes it's not all about you, and sometimes that's okay. It's important to remember not to let that put a bad taste in your mouth, and it's important to be able to focus on your friends and what they have going on and rejoice in their celebration, instead of focusing on why you are not being celebrated. Sometimes that's hard, in this day and age with social media and everybody thinking that their opinion matters most over everybody else's. But we are a collective of groups known as human beings, and when it really comes down to it, it's a group effort of just humankind and loving and giving and being supportive of your fellow man or your fellow chili head. So I just wanted to retouch on that today, with some stuff that's happened recently with people talking bad about individuals. I'm not going to go directly on it, but there's a reason why my profiles, I'll say Pepper Bay LOF, on all my social medias. That LOF stands for League of Fire, because I love and appreciate what all three of the founders do for me, not only as an individual chili head, or as a friend, but what they do for this entire big part of my life, which is being a chili head. And for all of us that are involved in that, they give us an outlet, they give us opportunities, they take time out of their days, they take money out of their wallet, and I think the most important thing and precious thing that somebody can do is give their time, because time is so precious. I really appreciate everybody over at League of Fire. I appreciate you giving the opportunities that I've been given. My first belt match was because somebody couldn't make it, and I was already going to be there, and they said, hey, how about you come up on that stage? And that's how my competitive chili journey started. I'm super appreciative of that. Everything happens for a reason, so I'm very glad that opportunity arose. I've got 2 belt matches coming up this year, and really it's not even about the competing, it's about spending time with those people that I get to share the stage with, and I get to compete against and call my friend. Because I know at the end of the day, even if I don't win, that one of us is going to win, and I get to share in that moment of triumph that a friend's going to have. And that's something very beautiful and very special about that. So, appreciate y'all joining me today on this day, Sunday, March 10th. Everybody have a great rest of your afternoon. Remember, one of us wins, we all win. And as always, here on Church of Hot Sauce, may the spice be with you and also with you. Thanks for stopping by, guys.